Hi, this is David Henson with HensonFuerst Attorneys in North Carolina. I had an interesting case this morning involving a man who was driving a delivery truck for his employer when he was seriously injured in an automobile wreck. He required surgery for his injuries and will likely be out of work for more than a year while he learns how to walk again. Our client had gotten a lot of advice from his friends and family. Unfortunately, most of it was wrong. Now, the most important thing to consider is that when you are working and you're on the job and hurt due to someone else's negligence, and the person who caused injury to you is not a coworker, then you actually have two possible legal cases. First, since you were on the job, you would have a workers' compensation claim with your employer. Second, in addition to the workers' compensation claim, you would also have a personal injury claim against the person who hurt you. In the case of my client this morning, he would be making a claim against the other driver who caused the car wreck, and he would also have a workers' comp claim. If you find yourself in this situation and your injuries are minor, then you may not need a lawyer for both cases. You may be able to handle one or both of the claims on your own and save some money. But if your injuries are serious, such as in this case of my client who required surgery, or if you have permanent, serious, sustained injuries, then you will likely need a lawyer to help you sort all of this out. Why? Good question. When you're seriously hurt and have both a workers' comp claim and a personal injury claim, in this case for the car wreck, things get messy pretty quickly. Your employer or their workers' comp insurance company will likely have a legal interest in your automobile wreck case. That means when you settle your case, they are going to want some of their money back for all their medical bills, lost wages, and other things that they paid on your behalf. And that money will come out of your settlement proceeds. In other words, they're going to be sticking their hand in your pocket trying to get some of their money back. The problem arises, however, because you can't settle and fully resolve your car wreck case because the amount that gets taken out to pay back the workers' comp carrier depends on how much workers' comp paid in the first place. But settlement of the workers' comp case can be dependent on what's going on in your car wreck case. I know that sounds complicated, but basically you can end up with a catch-22 where you need to try and resolve both cases in conjunction with one another. You will need to strategically plan and consider that whatever you do in one of the cases will likely affect what happens in the other case. My job as the workers' comp and personal injury lawyer is to make sure that I handle both cases at the same time so that we can put you in the best possible position to resolve both cases. We want to maximize your recovery while minimizing what has to be paid to others, meaning minimize how much money they get to take out of your pocket. In the end, cases that involve both a workers' comp and a personal injury claim can get very complicated very quickly. My advice is that if you have serious injuries that require surgery or permanent injuries, then you need an experienced lawyer handling both claims for you at the same time. If your injuries are minor, then you may be able to handle one or both of the claims on your own, but it might be a good idea to call and get some free advice from a lawyer on the front end just to make sure you know what to do. This is David Henson with HensonFuerst. If you have additional questions, go to our website at lawmed.com, or you can email me at dhenson@lawmed.com. If you have questions, HensonFuerst has answers.